Welcome to the Grit and Grind right here for week 3. I cannot wait. Daryl cannot wait. We got a big week, Daryl, right here. We got marquee games of the week. We got the progress report coming up. That segment that everybody truly enjoys. We got quick picks at the end. We got the primetime game of the week for the first time ever. Grit and Grind heading to the jungle.
Yes, going to the jungle.
But Daryl, before we even get started, we got a big announcement from a young man who played football right here in our backyard at Enlow High School that we'd like to take time to honor for what he did, his contribution.
Yeah, Sean, you're talking about Larry Pickett Jr., former football player for Enlow High School. He's currently at West Point. He's a sophomore. But this over the weekend, he and his father was able to save a man from a burning car. It's been reported on local news, on CNN, and also now on the Grit and Grind. We just would like to give a shout out to him, his father, and also the school of Enlow.
Larry Pickett Jr., we appreciate your contribution, hard work, and what you've done, seeing somebody's life in need and putting yourself in danger to save another life is the true ultimate sacrifice of what you're able to do. But Daryl, let's start the show.
All right.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Welcome to the Grit and Grind, Daryl. I am so excited. That was the JF Webb cheerleaders.
Yep, cheerleaders bringing us in this week.
We appreciate their hard work of doing that last week at the game for us. We do, but we got another set of cheerleaders we're going to be showcasing throughout the show.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But Daryl, we're talking about JF Webb. We're talking about Warren County. The Battle I-85.
Battle I-85
for the Grit and Grind trophy.
Yeah.
Warren County was able to go in, defend their trophy that they won last season, and retain it. And as Coach VJ say, bring the trophy back to Dub C.
They was able to bring it back. And like you said, Sean, this game started off, if you're Warren County, it started off the way you wanted to. It was a big-time atmosphere. JF Webb is running out. They had the band, they had the DJ.
They had everything.
They had everything was perfect.
And shout out to JF Webb because it was Military Appreciation Night. And also at the coin toss, it was the mayor of the city of Oxford doing the coin toss for this game that night.
Yeah. And again, it started for Warren County with Gamble running up for a touchdown. And pretty much all night long, it's up front. It was the offensive linemen, Harris, Chavis, Downey, Basket, those guys made plays up front as far as pushing that line and got Warren County in great positions.
And if you were JL Webb, you kept striking back, but you just could not cut it so close. Here's a good example right here of another great play by JL Webb. Good run play by JL Webb, but they just could not. Every time they would get in that distance of closing the gap, Warren County would just come back right here. That one big play.
One big play, and Warren County was able to make those plays all night. And I mean, with Gamble and Gaddens, they just made plays.
They did. And Warren County, you see right there, retained the annual sledgehammer. Coach VJ holding the trophy up in his hand as they bring it back to Dub C. A big win for Warren County, who going into this game when we talked to Coach VJ before the kickoff, he said, being in a close game against Vance County, not winning that one.
Right.
This was kind of, they went in with a must-win situation.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to win this one.
Yeah.
But Daryl, we got to go hear from our good friend, the winning coach of this game, Coach VJ Hunt, head coach of the Warren County Eagles out of Warrenton, North Carolina. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind, and with us our good friend, Coach VJ. Coach VJ, congratulations on defending and retaining the Grit and Grind Battle I-85 Sledgehammer and annual trophy. It's coming back to WC, ain't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where it belongs. It's home. We made it home, made a space. It's home. We had to give it up for a little bit so y'all can have it, but we got it back.
Coach, tough game tonight coming in JL Webb. You said in the interview this is a tough place to play in, tough place to win. Just tell me, how were you able to get your guys ready for tonight's game?
Just staying consistent throughout the week. We got a tough group of guys. And I mean, all credit to them. Like whatever is thrown at them, they just handle it and move forward, man. And I mean, like I said, it is a tough place to play. But when you got fans we got, man, they travel. You see how they pack it out everywhere they go, man. Unfortunately, our band couldn't be here, but they showed up and represented. And it's just we packed the nest tonight. We packed the nest tonight. We packed the nest everywhere we go.
And Coach, what I want to ask you is that this week, as far as practice went, y'all came off the game against Vance County, which was close. How was practice for y'all this week, and how did y'all prepare to come into this game?
I mean, it was a lot more focused. I think when you lose a close game like that, you think about all of the missed opportunities, the little things, the offsides penalties, the not finishing your blocks, the not tackling well. So it's not hard to talk to your kids when you can actually see what's going on. Like, they can actually see it on film, the mistakes. And so this week we watched the film once, because I only believe in watching it once. We learned from it, and then we got down into Webb, and we had a good performance tonight.
Coach, once again, congratulations on winning the Battle I-85 Grit and Grind Championship. And we'll be seeing you in 2 more weeks when you come down in Dash County. You're watching the Grit and Grind on Studio 67. Now live back to the studio. Daryl, we just heard about good friend Coach VJ.
Yeah, definitely.
They're celebrating because they bring the trophy back to Warren County.
For the second time.
And as we said earlier, Daryl, you go back last season. They were able to win that trophy, and that propelled Warren County to just go on a magical run. They got them all the way to the 3rd round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity for them to do it again this year. So, but we also had an opportunity to talk to some of the players.
We did, so let's go hear from the Grit and Grind Friday night primetime game of the week. Players of the game, Amir Gamble and Cameron Guidance, number 7 and number 2 for the Warren County Eagles. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. It's time to find out who was tonight's Grit and Grind Friday night primetime player of the game. We got with us Amir and Cameron from Warren County. Congratulations, young men, on being the Grit and Grind Friday night players of the game. And I just want to tell you, to be the grind player, you got to be all over the field.
Yeah,
you got to be running the ball. Just tell me, how many yards did you got tonight? And what was your mindset coming into tonight's game?
My mindset was just keep going, right? Anything over in the way, you feel me? You got to get in that box any way possible, and I give it all to my O-line. They some dogs. They start in practice. You practice hard, you play hard. I think I went for like 160, 3 touchdowns. You feel me? Got to get it done. Got the job done.
And Cameron, on the defensive side of the ball, you was just all over the field. And I think you had, 2 interceptions in the game?
Yes, sir. 2 interceptions.
And what was the mindset of your defense when y'all came into this game this week?
We just had the ball. We was down players. You know what I'm saying? Coach stay on us about hydrating. See everybody out there. Y'all just got a ball. Got to be ball players. That's how we play.
We want to thank both of y'all for being tonight's Grit and Grind Friday night primetime players of the week. And it looks like the Sledgehammer Trophy is heading back to Warren County.
Yes, sir. You know that. Never leaving. Yes, sir.
Back to the studio. You're watching the Grit and Grind live on Studio 67. Well, Daryl.
Yeah.
Amir Cameron said it's heading back to Warren County.
That's what he said.
Coach VJ said they made a spot for it in the trophy case because it's home.
It's home now.
If you're Warren County, like we said, winning this right here helps build that resume as you continue going forward. Congratulations once again to Amir and Cameron for being the Grit and Grind Friday night primetime game of the week players of the game. But Daryl, we're getting ready to go into a commercial break. But before we go into a commercial break, we got that segment, Daryl, that everybody enjoys.
Everybody has enjoyed it.
It is time for the Week 3 Grit and Grind Progress Report right here. It's time to see who's moving up and who's moving down on the Grit and Grind Progress Report. You're watching the Grit and Grind live on Studio 67 NCC. Let's go.
There I was, 16, divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. Getting my high school diploma was a catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's, a master's, and I became a teacher. When I look at all these success stories, I cannot help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. As we stated earlier, it's time for that favorite segment that everybody, Daryl, enjoyed on week 1, our week 1 kickoff show, the Grit and Grind Progress Report. As we stated, on the Grit and Grind Progress Report, it's about who's moving up, who's moving down, and who's just staying right there in that happy medium and staying right where they need to be. This segment right here, we're going to be telling you who our top 5 teams are that we think are playing the best football heading into week 3. And like me and Daryl stated earlier, Week 1 was the preseason one.
That was the preseason. That's what you did from last year.
Now it's time to see
where you at
today. You got 2 weeks of work for us to judge yet. So I'm gonna go with my honorable mention first. There's no way this week, Grit and Grind family, listen to me. There is no way that he will be hitting the bell on me, and there's no way that he'll be beating me this week. Starting right there, 2-0. Fight High School.
Okay.
Fight High School right now got some good wins, Daryl. I'm telling you, Northmore at home, 47-20. Beat South Johnson in their house in Fort Oaks, 2017. They got Daryl Lopeman, Zaquan Hines, Braylon Lofton, and my man Jameer Lofton, and they got the quarterback Sam Fitch. On the defense, Connor Zadir Jones. Fight is the real deal this year. They're 2-0. My next team,
I'll check that one off.
Nation.
Oh, Lord.
Where is it at? I got to find it. Where is it? It's somewhere. Here it is right here. Right here's how the Ram Nation stand up. And you know why they're standing up? Because they're 2-0, Daryl. They're my second team on honorable mention.
Okay.
Beat Pearson 29-20. Then they beat their cross-county rival Bunn 48-6. Jamel Epps, it's all about him. Quarterback Keith James, they're doing their thing. Franklinton is rolling.
All right.
Now my next
Check that one off.
My next one.
All right.
I could not have a list without listing my favorite Cougar. You see I got the light blue on right here on the Grit and Grind for Southwest Edgecombe. SWE, my favorite Cougar. 2-0, beat Nash Central 13-5, beat Hereford County 42-7. They got everything. You got Mayo at quarterback. Southwest is cooking.
Quarterback for Southwest Edgecombe is playing good right now. And that was a big-time win.
He can't even beat my honorable mention, y'all. That's how good this list is.
Hey, I'm checking them off.
Now let me get to my top 5.
All right, now here we go.
Number 5, Mr. Production Man, Mr. Producer, please give it to me. Here it comes. Oh, hold on. We're going to get it right.
Number 5.
It's
coming. There it is.
Right there. Bam. Here it comes. Sanderson High School. Ooh. Coach Buck.
Wake County.
Wake County is on the Grit and Grind top 5. I hit the bell my own self on that one right there. Sanderson's playing some good football. They beat Wilmington Ashley 13-6 week 1. Home opener last week. Cross County rival Riverside Durham beat them 63-26. Coach Buck has Sanderson High School playing good football. Number 4, here it comes. Bam! Northern Nash.
Woo! Northern Nash, number 4?
Northern Nash staying in the same spot they were in last time we did this. A lot of people gonna be upset.
They gonna question that now. I'm gonna put a question mark beside that one.
I'm gonna hear some critics.
Let me hit that bell.
I'm gonna hear some critics right here. We know there's gonna be some criticism.
Okay.
But only reason why Northern Nash had a good win against a good Jakes Rose team, had a good win against Nash Central, their cross-county rival. Northern Nash is the real deal. They're looking good. I want to move them up, but then I look at these other 3 teams, and that's what makes it hard. Number 3, right there, bam! We got to go to the land. Got to go to Clayton.
Going to Clayton.
Cleveland Rams.
Number
the Cleveland Rams. Scott Riley has a team that's playing good football right there. Cleveland beat Pinecrest 60-19. Crump Holders 52-13. Cleveland's, hey, they're the real deal.
They're the real deal. I give it to you.
I got to see them this week.
That's
because those 2 teams got to play.
They're getting ready to play each other, so that's going to be a good challenge.
My number 2 team, Daryl, all I got to do is spell out to you. Come on, Brian, tell them what it is. COMETS, Clayton Comets.
Okay,
Clayton.
number 2,
C-Town.
C-Town.
Doing their thing. Beat WPA.
Yeah.
Top team in the East. Beat Southern Nash last week. Another good team. 2 good quality teams right there that Clayton has beaten. That's why they're number 2. And my number 1 team, before I let Daryl give y'all his list, you already know who it is.
Uh-oh, here we
like
go.
Motel 6, Tar Vikes. Tarboro Viking 18, Tar Vikes, Rude Boys, Viking and Pirates for Christ. Can y'all please tell Daryl what we'll do when you come to Tarboro? We like the Motel 6 in Tarboro. We leave the light on for you, so we can show you how to leave out of Tarboro as you get that loss and that beat down from the Vikings.
So Tarboro is your number 1
That's
team.
my number 1 team. They beat a good Rocky Mountain team.
Yes, they did.
Rocky Mountain. They said they could have won that game.
Yep.
That was a close one.
That
but
was
then
close.
They came back next week down, and you know what they did? They went to work. They beat that team 34-17 Hunt.
Okay.
Tarboro's the real deal right now. But that's my list. I'm going to let Daryl give y'all his list because no way he can beat me this week.
Well, I'm going to start off with my honorable mentions. And I'm going to start with number 3 honorable mention. It's going to be Warren County. Warren County is 1-1.
Okay.
Had a good win against JF Webb.
Right.
And
won the Grit and Grind Battle 85 trophy.
Won the trophy. and played a tough Vance County team.
They did.
So Warren County's number 3 for me. Number 2, I'm going Fight.
Fight.
2-0. Fight is 2-0 right now, and they're playing some good football.
Okay.
Coach Rocky got those guys buying in and playing good football right now.
We think the same. We think the same.
Number 1 mention, honorable mention. I'm going 71st.
71st.
71st played a tough Terry Sanford team.
They
lost
did.
in the last second.
I can't take that
but
from
they
them.
came back the following week, beat a good Cape Fear team, and
Took care of business.
took care of business. And
Now
so,
it was like 71st.
yeah, so 71st is number 1 honorable mention. Now my top 5 for
Okay.
this week.
Who you
this
got?
progress report.
Who you got?
Starting with number 5, Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs. 2-0.
Can't say nothing
Went
about
to
that
Dudley. When they went to Dudley, took care of business. Dudley is a hard place to get a win.
one. It's hard.
And Southeast Raleigh went there and took care of business. After that, I'm going to have to go number 4. It's going to be Tarboro.
Oh. Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
I'm going Tarboro.
Vikings for Christ.
Hey,
do y'all hear that?
Tarboro played a tough Rocky Mountain team, got a win, but
You don't deserve to
I'm
say cut the
giving
light on.
them
You don't
number
deserve to
4.
cut the light on for them.
all right, my number 3 is going to be Northern Nash. Northern Nash played a good Jace Rose team.
They did.
and then came back, played a good Nash Central team.
I can't take that from
And they got a big challenge this week.
Got big
But
game.
I got Northern Nash number 3. My number 2 team, I'm going to Clayton. Cleveland. Cleveland's 2-0.
They in Clayton.
They beat
Cleveland.
WPA, like you said earlier,
did.
and beat a good Southern Nash team. And, I mean, they put some points on Southern Nash, and that's hard to do in that Southern
That's
Nash
hard to do.
defense. So that's very impressive. And my number 1 team, I'm staying in Clayton. Giving the Clayton Comets. Right now, Clayton is playing some good football. They 2-0 as well, and they are on all cylinders right now. So for me, this progress report, top 5 for what, the 3rd?
Week 3.
Week 3, this is my picks.
You just heard our progress report picks right here on the Grit and Grind. As always, in that chat box, right in the comment box, drop your top 5 down there of who you think your honorable mention is. And also, reach out to your local schools and tell them the Grit and Grind would love to have their helmet, t-shirt, or any paraphernalia from their school to put right here on the show. You're watching the Grit and Grind live on Studio 67. We're going to hop into a very brief commercial break, and then we'll be back for the marquee games and the primetime Grit and Grind game of the week. You're watching Grit and Grind on Studio 67.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind, and I got so ahead of myself because I was looking at Daryl's list, and when you got Tarboro at number 4, it just discombobulates my mind.
Tarboro is number 4.
It throws me off.
They ain't number 4 squad.
That's why we had to shoot this segment without him in it, because all the Tarboro fans, I'm talking to Tarboro now. Well, he got you at number 4. We're going to get on about that. We're going to get on about that. But now it's time to find out who was this week's Grit and Grind Coach Marlon Lee Player of the Week. Daryl, without no further waiting for these people, who was the Coach Marlon Lee's Grit and Grind Great Player of the Week?
Shawn, this week, grit player comes out of Clayton, North Carolina. The Cleveland Rams, junior, number 23, outside linebacker, Marcus Medley. And Marcus is that type of player that is looking for contact, and he runs to it. And in the game against Cohen Holdy, he had over 9 tackles. And again, this defense of Cleveland is loaded. It could have been any of these guys going forward. But this week's grit player is coming out of the Rams, Cleveland Rams, and it's number 23, Marlon Reed. And Shawn, who's that grind player of the week?
This week's grind player, it's all about moving chains, getting first downs, scoring touchdowns. But guess what sometimes, Daryl? Sometimes on the Grit and Grind, we get so caught up in the offense in the spread offense, the wishbone, the double wing tee, double tight end setup, that we forget about somebody who's got the hardest job on the team.
Yeah.
You know what that is? Kicking the football. We get so caught up talking about the receivers and the quarterback that we forget the kicker got the most pressure on the team because their job is to go kick the football and put that point or even 3 points on the board. But this week's Grind Player of the Week is somebody who's breaking barriers. She is the first female high school athlete to play on the Franklin Rams team, so Ram Nation, stand up for that. She is the first grind player on the Grit and Grind ever, making history on today's show. But without no further ado, it is Miss Adele Battle, number 30, sophomore from Franklinton. She is now known to me on this show as the kick queen of the Grit and Grind. She will be. So, hey, Ram Nation, when she kicks that football, somebody hold a sign up with Kick Queen, tag Grit and Grind Podcast CNC in there so we can put you on the show. Do that for us. But she is the Grind Player of the Week. Last week and last game, Daryl, she went 6 for 7 on extra points. She's breaking barriers, she's doing the right thing, and she's very dependable when they need her to stretch the game out to get that extra point or kick 3. So congratulations to Adele Battle for being this week's Grind Player of the Week. We are getting ready to go to a commercial break, and then it'll be time for the marquee games of the week and the Grit and Grind Primetime Game of the Week. You're watching the Grit and Grind live on Studio 67.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. Daryl, I am ready because we got a good week right here, some good football at the Grit and Grind on week 3 that we're going to be talking about right here on the Grit and Grind show. But Daryl, our first marquee game is a good game.
It's
right
a good
here
game. It's two of the teams right here.
It's a rivalry.
It's a rivalry game.
It is the 2-0 Sanderson Spartans versus the 1-1 Broughton North Broughton Capital. Say that 3 times fast. Up there in Wayne County. I always butcher Broughton. I forget it's North Broughton.
Yeah.
You know, we so used to call it Broughton, but they want to be called North Broughton Capital.
Broughton, okay.
That's who it is right there. But before we can get into this game, we got a chance to talk and catch up with our good friend, Coach Jeremy Buck. So let's go holler at Coach Jeremy Buck in the Grit and Grind Coach's Corner. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind Coach's Corner. And with us today, Daryl, we have our good friend Sanderson High School coach, Coach Buck. Welcome to the Grit and Grind Coach's Corner, sir.
Hey guys, thanks for calling me on. I appreciate what you guys do for high school football, especially in this area. Grateful you guys are sliding into the Raleigh area a little bit more to check out some of the good athletes, good football coaches we have here, and great communities we have here as well. So I appreciate you having me on.
Coach, you're coming off a good win last week, 2-0 right now, getting ready for this week. So let's go back to the past 2 weeks. Beat a good Ashley team, a good Riverside team. Just tell me, how did the guys feel coming out both of those games, coming 2-0, getting ready for this upcoming game?
Well, week 1, you have no idea what you really have, right? I mean, you think you have an idea, but you're not sure exactly how matchups are going to play out, how that rising freshman, now a sophomore, is going to play. And you don't know exactly what your opponent has, right? You have some film, but you don't know. I mean, if they're anything like we are, we don't show a whole lot in scrimmages either. So you have to be able to make some good adjustments. And Wilmington Ashley, Coach Lombardi down there has really done a really good job, really fundamentally sound. They get to the football. They play a really good brand of football. So being able to go on the road, on a bus, about a 3-hour drive, and get a quality win to open the season, I think it gave us a lot of confidence. Realized that all the work we've done in the preseason and the all season, was worth it. And then of course we wanted to double it up, right? We don't want to be happy with one win. We don't want week 1 to be our Super Bowl. Durham Riverside came over here on Friday. A lot of energy in the building, retiring the Leams jersey that night. And then, Corey Lee at Durham Riverside, as I mentioned before we got started, is a really, really good friend of mine. And, wanted to play well and improve. And I think we did. I think we got better last Friday. And now we got to flush that and see if we can get ready for another good Broughton team this Friday.
And Coach, with that Broughton game coming up, it was a close game for y'all last year. What are some of the things that y'all are preparing for in this game coming up on this Friday?
You had to remind me, right? So the last 2 years, they've actually, I think when you start looking at playoffs and projections and whatnot, we've lost to them the last 2 seasons, the last week of the season. And I think it's kept us out of the playoffs the last 2 years. So, it's a rival. We share neighborhoods. We share boundary lines. Matter of fact, Sanderson kind of is split off of Broughton back in 68. So it's got that old history and tradition to it as well. Coach McGuire over there took over for Coach Dawson mid-year, I guess it was in 23, going right into our game, and has done a really good job of rejuvenating that program. Really good numbers. They got some size on both sides of the ball. A running back that runs really well. Some athletic kids in both spots, and it should be another really good high school football game. Hopefully, we make more plays than they do, or make the one that counts in the end.
Well, Coach, now give it up the X's and O's. Who's some guys on the team that our fan base of the Grit and Grind should be looking out for in Sanderson High School?
So, everybody gives love to the skill guys. So I'm going to touch on them quickly because they've made a significant amount of plays. Our starting quarterback, Chase Bowie, is a sophomore, got his first really game action at Ashley, and he's done a tremendous job. He's a physical runner. He can throw the ball. He's smart. His MAs are really, really low, which is impressive for a sophomore. Jaquarium Malone has made some big plays at receiver for us. Ben Young stepped in, who was a little bit banged up in the Ashley game, but he scored 4 touchdowns against Riverside, had a big night. But then you got to look at the big uglies up front, right? Lamont Graham is a senior. It's his third year. It's his third year. He started some as a sophomore, started some last year as a junior. Never been completely healthy. Seems to fight the injury bug every now and then, but he's been a tremendous leader for us up front. Then you get into guys, Josh Suggs, who moved up from the JV team, Caden Eichert and Curtis Andre and Will Heminger jumped over from defensive line. It's really found a home on offensive line. Has done a tremendous job offensively. Jack Essers, he kind of was a split starter for us at our hybrid tight end position last year, and he's really making some big plays. And a kid named Jamil Taylor, Jamil, well, honestly, and I just saw him downstairs as I ran up here, he was a knucklehead, and he's really bought in and really done the things we've asked him to, and he's become a very viable option for us at receiver, and he's a kicker for us too, right? I think we had one extra point blocked, I guess, against Ashley, but he's made the other 8 or 9 or whatever it is. So that's from the offensive side of the ball. Of course, we got a lot of good role players that are fitting their niche and doing what they need to do in order for us to continue to move the chains and put some points on the board. As I flip to the defensive side, and I'll start on the front, Jalen Battle at nose. He's a grown man. I mean, he's got a beard like mine, not quite as much gray in his yet, but he's 5'9", 285, but you can't move him. He's plays with great hands and great technique, and he's been really, really big leader for us up front. Javon Hicks has been making some plays on defensive line. Darian Barfield on defensive line. We got Daniel Flores back at linebacker. He injured his shoulder last year, and I think he missed the entire season. It's big to have his captainship back in the middle. Outside, Marcus Williams, he was a knucklehead 2 years ago that honestly he was dismissed from the team, because he was just doing stuff that we didn't condone. But he bought in, and he was a starter for us last year and is a repeat starter for us in the secondary. You get Nate Hood. Nate Hood was a guy that honestly, if he saw 15 snaps last year in real live game action, that'd probably be a high. But he was the best player on the football field against Wilmington Ashley. Defensively, I think he had 8 or 9 tackles, tackled for loss, made some big plays. I mean, he was the best player on the field, and that's what we take pride in our program, right? We want to develop guys. Like anybody can coach guys that come in with God-given ability and have the 4- and 5-star kids and however they find their way to their school. I'll let you kind of dig into that a little bit deeper later on if you want. But we take pride in developing our guys, and Nate is one of those guys that, he played JV ball and worked his way up, and now he's very productive for us. So I just kind of went through a lot of the roster there, but those guys deserve a little bit of recognition for all the work they've done and how they've given us a chance early in the year to be competitive and be successful.
Well, Coach, we want to thank you for stopping by the Greek Grind Coach's Corner. Best of luck to you and Sanderson as you play your rival Broughton on Friday night. And we'll definitely be on our way up to Sanderson to catch a game this year for the Greek Grind.
We'll see you soon, right? When we can get y'all here to Raleigh now. Get y'all.
Oh, yeah, we come.
It's coming. It's in October. We got already penciled in.
All right, just let me know, guys. We'll take care of you. I appreciate what you do, guys. Appreciate you.
Daryl, we just heard about our good friend Coach Buck.
Coach Buck keeps it real with us.
That's what he just talked about. Sanderson's 2-0.
Yep.
They got a hard game this week at home. They got Broughton. Broughton is 1-1. So what's Broughton coming in with this game?
Like you said, Sean, Broughton is 1-1. Last week they won against Green Level 43-14. And Coach Tom has those guys playing good football. The first game they played, they lost, but they was able to come back, get a good win.
Good bounce back win.
And for Broughton, the keys to the win is defense. I think that's where it starts for them. They have to play good, sound defense against this Sanderson team because this Sanderson team can score and put up points. Special teams, again, it goes back to field position. You want to be in good field position.
That's right.
And also cut down on the turnovers. If you're Broughton, those are some of the keys that you want to have. And for their key player, you're looking at Howard, their running back. He's playing good football right now for them. So if I'm Broughton, those are the things that I'm going to concentrate on. But if you're Sanderson, what are you looking at?
Coach Buck kind of went through everything, but if I'm Sanderson getting ready on Friday night with home with Broughton, my keys right there is I'm going to continue the blueprint from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah,
the blueprint is working.
Yeah.
Whatever we did week 1 to week 2, continue it because it's working. Number 2, try to avoid the injury bug. So many times in these week 3, week 4 matchups, you get in these games, guys get injured, they get banged up because now you're getting close to conference play. So guys start now to play with a little bit more, if I got to use the word grit, a little bit more grit out there on the field. Also, if I'm them, try to get the score up early. If you get the score up early, then once again, Coach Buck can bring in some of those reserves to let them play in the game to get them those snaps. Those are my keys to victory. I got to pick.
I got to pick on this as well.
But we got to save it.
We got to save it. And we got another game to talk about
We got another game, Daryl Boy. We had a good game down there in Johnson County. Or as my good friends in Johnson County like to say, Joko. Down there in Joko County.
Joko County.
We got a good game down there because you got the 2-0 Northern Nash Knights traveling all the way to Clayton, on the other side of Clayton, to play the other team in Clayton, the Cleveland Rams in Cleveland.
This is a big-time game.
Big time game for both teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Northern Nash has to take that ride there, but if you're Northern Nash, you have showcased yourself that you're a good team.
Yeah, definitely.
You beat a good James Rose.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You weathered the storm because James Rose came back in that fourth quarter and was hitting you with everything.
Held up.
But the tuba in the band. They were hitting with everything but the tuba. They weathered that storm. Then you had Nash Central.
Right.
You were able not to let Nash Central get in this game. What we always say about the Bulldogs, Nash Central, they keep it close.
They keep it close. Tough team.
They're a tough team to play.
Definitely tough.
But if you're Northern, you got to forget about that Friday night win against Nash Central. You beat your rival. You got to scratch it. You got to forget about the Greek Grind Primetime game week 1, James Rose. You got to scratch it because you got a good team in Cleveland that plays good football, that's fundamentally sounded, that can spread the ball, do everything. But here's the key thing for North they got to know before I give you my key.
What's that?
Cleveland shows up in big numbers. We were down there last year.
I was going to say
that fan base shows up.
Yeah.
So but the one thing about Northern is they fan base travels well.
It travels well.
They travel well. So you got a good game right here. But if I'm Northern, this is what I want to do. Tempo. Play that Northern Nash Night football and control that tempo. Establish that running game early. Establish it in the first quarter. And then you got a pocket passer at quarterback who can pick you apart. Oh, I'm talking to the O-line now. Block. Hold those D linemen so that he can take time to make those passes.
Because Cleveland got a great defense.
They got a defense.
And let me just talk about Cleveland for a minute. Hey, Cleveland's coming this game 2-0.
Okay.
Let's go back last year. Last year they was 13-1, 7-0 in the conference. The only loss they had was against Roseville in the fourth round in the playoffs, where they lost 49-6. But this past 2 games they played this season, Pinecrest 60-19.
Big win.
Cornholder 52-13.
Real big win.
And it starts with that quarterback play. Number 10, Owen Hubert, 400 yards passing so far.
That's what you got to slow down.
Then you got a wide receiver in number 2 in Clark, fast as lightning.
Yes.
All over the field. Has 90 yards receiving right now.
Okay.
But what I was most impressed by is that defense. with number 9, King, number 22, Williamson, number 23, Medley, who is the grit player of the week, number 24, Haynes, 33, Blake, 4, Blue Booth, and you got King. This defense in the last 2 games, 7 sacks, 3 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries.
They playing lights out.
They playing some good defense. They swarm the ball. They are on plays. They doing their job like we talk about all the time.
Is there ever say this?
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Can we say this is a lunch pail hard hat defense?
This is that defense. They are all over the field. So if you're Northern, you got to be prepared for that. But for Cleveland, the keys to win this game, start fast.
You got to.
You got to start fast on Northern because you cannot let Northern
You can't let Northern get going.
And field position, again, just like with Sanderson and Broughton, I start with field position. You want to have a short field.
That's right.
If you're Cleveland against Northern Nash.
That's right.
And then good defense.
That's the key.
Because you're going to have to play some good defense because Northern got some dogs. They got some serious
They
dogs.
can throw the ball.
They can throw the ball.
And what I tell you when we watched that Rose game.
Yeah.
The past 2 years, Northern has had a dual quarterback. Yeah. Now, this quarterback they got this year, I can't call his name right now. It'll come to me in a minute. He's a pocket passer, but he can run. He can run.
He can run.
But he can sit in the pocket and he can throw it apart. And he can pick you apart.
I got to pick on this.
I got to pick.
But we got to wait.
That's a hard pick.
That's a hard, but we got to wait on that one.
We got to make that pick.
We got to make it.
We got to make it.
We got to make the pick.
Now it's time for the grit and grind.
Prime time.
Game of the week right here. The game that we'll be at the first time ever in the jungle.
In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. That's what they call it.
That's what they call the jungle down there. Wilson Prep coming in 0-2, playing a very, very hot Green Central team that's 2-0.
Yeah.
This is a big test for Wilson Prep. They had a tough non-conference game with the first 2 games. So let's go hear from our good friend, Coach Dickens, as he prepares for this game on the Grit and Grind Coaches Corner. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind Coaches Corner. With us this week, Daryl, we have our other good friend, Coach Phil Dickens, head coach of the Wilson Preparatory Academy Tigers. Coach Dickens, it just feel like it was a few months ago, we were sitting here talking, getting ready for the playoffs. Week 3, new season. Wilson Prep is playing a tough non-conference schedule. But just tell me, how have the guys been doing over the summer and spring getting ready for this big game at the jungle against their, we can't call it a rival because it's Green Central's next door, so it's a rival against their rival Green Central.
Hey, man, a lot of respect for Coach Wilson over there. I think he's doing some great things, man. We've been working very hard. We know coming into this season that it was going to be a tough schedule. We knew we had what we had ahead of us, and what's crazy right now is the backlash we're getting from our fans because they're used to us winning, but they don't understand what we're planning for. We're playing for December right now. And, you know, you look at the first 2 games, the first one against Clayton, we played with them early, and then, you know, we kind of broke down ourselves, but we moved the ball on them well. They had 3 fumbles that we wasn't able to capitalize on. Then we had an interception right there in the end zone, and it's a different ball game. But, you know, they're Clayton. A lot of respect for them, too. And then last week, last Friday, West Craven is the best defense I've seen since I've been at Wilson Prep. Well coached. Man, they was all over the field. Strong. You know, a weight program matters. And but even that game, you know, going into the half, it was in a great place. It was driving. Unfortunately, we had a fumble, and that was a turning point in the game. But you're talking about quality programs.
Yes.
West Craven got 5 guys that either have been in the NFL or in there now. That's a storied program. And like I said, Clayton, and that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Why are we panicking? You know, everybody understand what we're up against. We have 190 kids in our school. We play in schools with 2,000, 1,000, and we're in a good place right now. We've been blessed when it comes to the injury bug. We got some knickknacks, some small injuries, but nothing big, man. And we're excited to come back home this week against Green Central. You know, we got a lot of young guys. We're playing 4 freshmen in key places, and got to make some adjustments on defense. If you look at both games, we lost them on big plays, and we cut down the big plays. This whole different ball game.
And Coach, what I want to ask you is just basically what you was talking about. How do you manage those expectations from the fan base, the community, even the players sometimes? Because I mean, y'all are as well as story program as far as coming out winning, and everybody's used to y'all winning up, in the beginning of the season, and you played two tough teams. One team, Clayton, went third round in the playoffs, and
Yes,
then West Craven making the playoffs. So those are two quality teams that y'all play. So how do you handle those expectations?
Hey man, very carefully, because it has been crazy. I got people telling me what plays I should run and who I need to play at different positions. It has been crazy, but expectations is always high, and I love that.
That's right.
But what we're doing is doing a lot for the program. High school OT have shown us a lot of respect. We was on at the big jamboree at Southeast Raleigh. A lot of teams would have loved to have been there. And then next week against Northeastern, which is going to be a tough one, high school OT is there broadcasting from our field, sponsored by Alpaca, and that's big.
That's very big.
This is the stage that you want to be on. So you flip the coin. If we play in a lot of the small schools that we have traditionally played, will we be getting this attention?
Right.
So, the thing of it is, if you're going to build that program that's going to be that program, you got to play those programs. And, I explained to the kids today, I showed them the rankings. We're 0-2, and we ain't dropped, we ain't moved, because the people that understands football understands what we're doing and what we're preparing for. We got a tough stretch. We get through that stretch, we won't see these caliber teams no more. We're not going to see another Clayton. We're not going to see another. We're going to see these Green Central's playing some good ball, and Northeastern is always a story program. Coach Cook does a heck of a job over there at Farmville, so they're going to be consistent. And Southwest have traditionally played some good ball, so it's a tough stretch. But look at the team we're going to be out there. We get through that stretch. And I tell people, I don't get a ring for the non-conference. I don't get a trophy. I don't get a raise.
That's right.
We're playing for December, man. But we got a lot of young kids. Our middle school program is very successful. So you got some kids that have lost for the first time in 2 years, and it's some adjustment. So we have to continuously reiterate what the mission is and what we're trying to accomplish. The fan base, they're going to talk anyway. If you coach long enough, you're going to understand you'll never please the crowd, because you got 30, 40 coaches in the stands every night.
So true.
But I'm tough-skinned, and I've been doing this thing a long time. And, at the end of the day, I want the best for Wilson Prep, not just football program, but Wilson Prep as a whole. And what we're doing right now is building a foundation. We have a program. That's what I'm building, a program, not building a team. We're not playing just for tomorrow. We're playing for down the road. And, so it has been tough, man. It really has been tough. And, one thing I've learned early, everybody don't see your vision. But at the end, those that didn't believe, they're going to be believers. We just got to be patient.
Well, Coach Dickens, I don't like to compare teams, but when I saw y'all non-conference schedule, first thing that came to my mind was Coach Blaine and James Rose last year in their division. Same type of non-conference schedule, tough games, but you look at that James Rose team, like you said, they played for December. They were able to get to the fourth round, the 71st, to be pretty much playing. They would have won that game for a chance to get to a state championship game in the next round against Jacksonville. That's what I'm seeing with Wilson Prep, like you already pretty much stated. We're playing for December, and these tough teams that you're playing now prepare the guys so when you get in conference play, you're already been in that type of caliber game. So just kind of name some of the guys we should be looking out for on Friday night without giving away all the X's and O's to the team that you're going to be playing against.
Well, Trayvon Usher is that guy.
Okay.
He's going to get his one way or the other. You'll see him on both sides. Or you can see all our guys on both sides of the ball because, our guys go both ways. And Ethan Nelson, number 6, is the real deal.
Okay.
You can see him all over the field defensively and offensively. Been blessed to get my son back, Manny Dickens. He is our top receiver. He's coming off a shoulder surgery. He played last Friday. He had 3 catches. That first hit coming off of surgery is always tough. So I was glad to have him back. And big Reggie Holmes. Reggie is 390 and can run like a deer. And he's a freak of an athlete. And Taquan Whitaker, man, he wearing number 8 this year. I put him in number 8 for a reason. When we lose a kid, I always put another one in there to double that production. And he is special, man. But I can go on and on. Nazir Vines, number 1.
Right.
We're blessed, man. He wasn't supposed to play this year. Had a torn muscle away from his hip. We had done counted him out. I was going to give his number to somebody else, and miraculously went to the doctor, got another opinion, and he's running touchdowns. So, only a blessing from the Most High that he's on the field. Overall, they're the main guys when you talk about what we do and how we do it. But I had a freshman. His name is Elite Kennedy. He's about 6'2".
Yeah, I won't say much about that, but that is my nephew.
God almighty, man. Hey, I was joking with the coaches. I said, I'm going to have to marry his mama because I got to keep him close. He is going to be special. Yeah. And believe it or not, I'm almost ready to name him team captain, one of the captains. He's been that mature, and man, I just can't say enough about him. You will see 54 big time Friday night, man. But just a good kid, well raised. I'm just excited about his future.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming out to the Grit and Grind Coaches Corner. We look forward to making our first trip to the jungle, hanging out with Wilson Prep for our primetime game of the week, Coach.
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys as always, and looking forward to have y'all. Again, I love Coach Wilson, but I pray that we send him back down the road with his head down. So that's the goal, man. So, again, I thank you guys, man. It's only much blessing, much respect for what you guys are doing, and we're grateful.
Thank you, Coach Dixon. We'll see you on Friday night.
All right, man. Y'all guys take care.
Daryl, we got the Grit and Grind primetime game of the week.
Prime time.
2-0 Green Central coming into the jungle to play 0-2 WPA. Coach Dickens said it all.
Yeah.
About Wilson Prep. 2 hard non-conference games. But you got a Green Central team that's put up over 115 points in the past 2 games. So what would be the keys to victory for Green Central to come in on the road and give Wilson Prep a loss and move on to 3-0?
Just play your game. I mean, like you just said, they put over 100 points in 2 games. Just continue to do what they've been doing so far this season, and on the offensive side of the ball. And then on defense, play sound defense.
That's a key.
And if you're Green Central, just play the sound defense that you've been playing. And at the end of the day, you give yourself an opportunity.
Give yourself a chance.
Chance at the end. That's what you want, because you are playing a good Wilson Prep team. They played 2 tough games early in the season, and Wilson Prep is looking for a win. So you just want to play sound football and come out with a win. But if you're Wilson Prep, what you looking for? If
you're Wilson Prep, the first thing you want to do, Daryl, is don't look at this Green Central team that scored 115 points and say, well, they beat a North Lenore that's 1-1.
Right.
They beat a 0-2 Goldsboro. They put up 60 points on Goldsboro and pitched the shutout. They put up 55 on North Lenore and pitched the shutout.
Yeah.
Those are 2 good schools with 2 good programs, and they pitched the shutout. If you're Wilson Prep, first thing you want to do is no letdown.
No letdown.
None.
I'm going to just say the word focus.
Focus.
You got to be focused. And if you're Wilson Prep, this is a good opportunity. I mean, this is one of your rival games right here for this season. Cross-town rival. So you got a good opportunity.
Slow that offense down and make them have 3rd and long. If you can do that, you can give yourself the win because you can control that clock.
Yeah.
I got a pick for the primetime game.
I got a pick.
I'm going to save for the quick picks. We're getting ready to go into a commercial break, and we'll be back for the Grit and Grind quick picks right on the Grit and Grind.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick, on and off the field. We were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20-plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man, and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. And then journaling, putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
It's that time for the favorite segment of the Grit and Grind. It's time for the Grit and Grind Quick Picks. But before we get started with this week's Quick Picks, let's take a look and see how we did over last week.
Where we at?
Survey says 33 to 16.
I am picking with my heart too much.
Tom Burrow, I'm doing this with Tom Burrow so you can wear the shirt again.
Picking with my heart.
Daryl, our first game. Nash Central versus Rocky Mount. This is another rivalry. Rocky Mount coming off a win, Nash Central coming off a loss.
I got to go Rocky Mount on this one.
Got to go with the Griffons of Rocky Mount. Rocky Mount gets a win on this one. Our next game, Daryl, will be one of our marquee games. Northern Nash versus Cleveland.
This is
Northern
tough.
Nash going to Clayton to play Cleveland. Tough place to play.
This is a tough place to play. Both teams are playing good football right now.
They ranked number 4 in my progress report. Northern ranked number 3. Both our Clevelands will flip-flop.
About the same. I'm going to go Cleveland, though. Playing at home, I'm going to give it home field advantage. I'm going Cleveland.
I got to go to Rams with Cleveland.
I gotta catch up.
I'm liking it. Playing at home, I got to go with that home field advantage. Our next game, Daryl. Southern Nash coming off a loss against Clayton, playing a 2-0 James Keeney team.
It's going to be a tough matchup.
James Keeney can put up some points.
They can put up some points, but I'm going to go Southern Nash for the win.
I'm going to go Southern Nash, but I'm going to tell you, James Keeney can run up the scoreboard. Our next game, Daryl, North Edgecombe versus Bedingfield.
I'm going to go North Edgecombe.
I'm going Bedingfield to get that first win of the season.
Come on home, Shawn.
I'm coming home.
Shawn coming home.
Bedingfield to get that first
Shawn
win.
finally coming home, y'all.
Hey, rest in peace to one of the Bedingfield cheerleaders, Doran Bates, that passed. We're going to get a win for Doran. Our next game, Tarboro versus Havelock, a return match of last year. A game that a lot of people wanted back on the schedule.
Definitely wanted on the schedule. It was a close game in that first half.
Yes.
Tarboro hung right in there. But I'm going Havelock.
Because they're Havelock, why you going Havelock?
Playing at Havelock. I'm going Havelock.
I'm going Tarboro to avenge that loss. Tarboro wins this game and Havelock steals this one.
Say what?
Motel 6, tell them Tarboro we cut light on for you when we leave Havelock.
Oh no, Havelock might turn it out.
Hunt versus Martin County.
I'm going Martin County.
I'm going Hunt in this one.
You going Hunt?
I'm going Wilson Hunt. That little young team starting to jail over there.
Okay, all right.
Our next game, Daryl, is Fight versus Aiden Griffin. #Go Chargers. Will a Golden Demon win or will the Chargers charge on?
Coach Rocky got him playing some good football.
Coach Rocky got him playing good football.
So I'm going to go Fight.
I'm going to go Fight. This Fight team going to be the real deal around here.
Yeah.
They make some noise in our conference. Our next game, Daryl, East Wake versus Southeast Raleigh. East Wake coming off a heartbreaking loss against Rocky Mount.
Yeah, that was a tough game for them.
Southeast Raleigh coming off a good win. You said in Dudley.
In Dudley.
Hard place to win.
Hard place to win. I'm going Southeast Raleigh.
Give me them Bulldogs, Southeast Raleigh. That dog gonna get his bone.
Yep.
Our next game, Daryl, big time game down there in Rockingham County. Roseville Rams 0-2, going to play the Richmond Raiders 1-1.
Yep. And
in
Richmond. I drove through that back in July.
That's a big place.
And the football stadium was packed.
It's packed.
And it was a practice. It was like a full-time game.
Roseville went down to Richmond and beat them in the second round last year in the playoffs, and Richmond has not forgotten that.
They haven't forgot it, but I'm going
in
Roseville.
their house.
I'm going Roseville.
Coach Rat, Roseville gets another win. They go to Richmond, get another win. Our next game, Daryl, another big game up there in the 919 area code. Wake Forest versus Millbrook.
It's a big-time game in
Big time game.
I'm going to go Millbrook on this.
I got to go Millbrook because I'm setting something up this Millbrook Roseville
you set something up.
Okay, all right. I got to go Millbrook. Our next game, Daryl, Cornholders versus South Garner.
Big time game in
football
that area.
in the 919 in the Joko County, Wake County.
Wake County, all of that.
Will Cornholders make a Trojan walk the plank or will the Trojan strike?
I'm going Cornholders.
There he is.
There you go.
So you know what that means. It's time. Let me talk to court holders right quick. We're going to take a quick break. Court holders, it's time to make a Trojan walk the plank. Give me court holders for the win.
So, Patrick, help you out on that.
Patrick had to come talk to me right quick.
Okay.
Give me some motivation.
I hear you.
Our next game there, Knightdale versus Panthers Creek. Knightdale.
Young team.
Young team.
Yep, young
Run
team.
that spread offense. They look good out there.
Yeah, but I think Panther Creek's going to have a little bit too much for them. I'm going Panther Creek.
I got to go Panther Creek on this one also. I think this is another good test for Knightdale to see where you're at before you get in conference play. J.F. Webb coming off a heartbreaking loss in the grit and grind battle 85 versus a 1-1 Bun team coming off a big loss against Franklin.
And just
two teams
that needed some win. That needed win. I'm gonna go J.F. Webb though. I think J.F. Webb's gonna come back, and I'm gonna go J.F. Webb on this one.
I saw the kids at J.F. Webb lead the field after that game. They looked like they were locked back in. Focus. I'm going Webb on this one. J.F. Webb, listen to us. Tough place to play it in Bun, North Carolina.
Yeah, definitely.
Franklinton, Ram Nation, stand up.
Stand
the
up.
grind player of the week, Miss Adele Battle, kicking the kick queen from Franklinton versus South Granville.
Big time game in the area.
Big time game over
South
there.
Granville, but I'm going Franklinton.
The kick queen's gonna keep kicking.
Yeah.
Franklinton for another win. Franklinton gets 3-0.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Red Rams. Ram Nation.
Watch it out.
Stand up. Our next game, Daryl. Vance County Vipers versus Georgia. Good football right here.
Good football right here, but I'm going Vance County for the win on this one.
As much as I want to take Vance County.
You ain't going to take Vance County?
I'm going Jordan on this. I watched Jordan on tape. They're pretty good team. Pretty good team.
Okay. All right. Not Vance County.
Not Vance County.
All right.
Going Jordan. Lewisburg, the Bird.
It is the Bird.
Coming off a win versus their rival Northampton. Old school rivalry between both of these schools. Both of them play with some pride.
Yeah, I'm going Lewisburg.
I got to go with the Bird, man. Lewisburg got some cooking down there. Lewisburg, we come to see you.
Come to see you soon.
Now, Daryl, our next game, 71st versus Pinecrest. 71st bounce back win against Cape Fear. People saying this is down to 71st team we expected to see. But the Pinecrest team is pretty good.
It's pretty good. 71st, like you said, came back last week
Good
against
bounce
Cape
back
Fear
win.
and took care of business. I'm going 71st in this game.
I got to go 71st, give them the Falcons.
And we'll be seeing 71st.
Next week, we come to 71st. Our next game, Daryl. Princeton Bulldogs versus C4. Princeton took a loss against East Duplin.
Yeah.
But they still look good.
Yeah, they look good.
It's easy pick for me.
That's an easy pick.
I'm
Well, I
Princeton.
know I'm going Princeton.
I'm going Princeton. Easy
Okay.
pick for me on this one. Our next pick, Daryl. West Charlotte versus South Point. West Charlotte Lions. Bounce back win.
Yeah.
A convincing win.
Definitely a convincing win.
Ranked high in a lot of people's preseason polls, ranked high in a lot of people's weekly polls. Can they continue that momentum at South Point?
I think they can. I'm going West Charlotte.
I'm going West Charlotte for the win. They continue on. Our next game down is Clayton versus that team with a Viking on it. That plays down there by the water. It ain't called the Vikings. So will Clayton beat that team that's called the Vikings?
Called the Vikings. Okay.
Not the original Viking. Okay, you know what the original Viking is?
No, with the leave light on. Okay.
I've heard the original Viking.
We'll leave that. I'm gonna go with that Viking team.
You go with that Viking
This
team.
is a playoff game right here.
This is a playoff game.
This is a playoff game right here. I'm going with that team.
I'm sorry, Daryl. I got to go with the COMETS. Hey, Brian, hit him up on Instagram. Tell him he made the wrong pick. Clayton Collins to win. Our next game, Daryl. One of our marquee games, Sanderson versus North Broughton. Sanderson Spartans versus North Broughton Capitals. North Broughton's 1-1, Sanderson's 2-0. Coach Buck's playing good football.
Yeah, playing good football right now. This is a game they played last year.
They did.
And I think it was 36-33.
Right.
Broughton came out with the win.
2 years back to back,
back
they
to
have
year.
stopped Sanderson from getting to the playoffs.
Right.
Can Sanderson get over the hump?
I think they can. I'm going Sanderson in this game.
Sanderson's got something special going on over there at 919. I'm going Sanderson. Now staying in the 919 area code, the Heritage Huskies versus the Pride of Leesville Road. Leesville Road, my favorite team.
Yeah.
'Cause I just like the name.
You like the
Leesville
name.
Road.
All right,
Still
I'm going Leesville Road on this.
Final answer.
Final answer, Leesville Road.
Leesville Road, give me the
I
pride
got
for
to
the
catch
win.
up. I got to catch up.
Our next game, there, Enlow versus Green Level. This is a good game right here, good football. Enlow Eagles, they look good.
They look good. This will be a good opportunity for them. I'm going to go Inlow for the win on this game.
I got to go Inlow on the win also, Daryl. So now it's time for the final pick. So we're going to put all this up, because now it's time to put the chips on the table. The Grit and Grind.
Prime time.
Game of the week at the Jungle, first time ever.
Welcome to the Jungle.
0-2 Wilson Prep hosting the 2-0 Green Central Rams, who have put up over 115 points the past 2 games.
This is going to be a tough game for Wilson Prep. Like you said,
it is.
Green Central's coming in this game 2-0.
2-0.
Put up over 100 points.
Is the pick in?
The pick is in. I'm going to go Wilson Prep for the win. I think their defense is going to hold them down.
Hold them down.
And I think Wilson Prep has enough on offense to score to win this game. So I'm going to go Wilson Prep.
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh, wait a minute. No, you ain't. No.
You already know I got to go with Wilson Prep for the win. Give me a big Tiger Pride for Wilson Prep. Tiger Pride for Wilson Prep. Those are the Grit and Grind quick picks right here for Week 3 high school football right here in the ENC. As always, drop your picks in the comment box of who you think is going to win some of these highlight games right here, so that we can start some chatter in the comment box over the next couple of days. Don't forget, you can follow the Grit and Grind and Studio 67 on YouTube and Instagram at Studio 67 NCC. Go hit that subscribe and like button on both of those. Then jump over to the Grit and Grind Podcast NC on Instagram. Grit and Grind fans, we need over 150 more people on both platforms so we can stream this on Instagram. So do us a favor and do yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe and like the Grit and Grind page. And then guess what, Daryl?
What's that?
If you can't watch the live show,
so I can't watch the live. What do
You're driving in traffic.
I'm in traffic.
You're up there in Wake County.
Yep.
Head to that Sanderson game.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Traffic's backed up on 64.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch Grit and Grind and drive.
Okay.
So guess what you can do? You can go on Spotify and Amazon Music, search Studio 67, and you can get the same show, same quality, just without the video.
Okay.
All in the audio
right,
format. The Grit and Grind wants you to drive safe. So don't watch Grit and Grind and drive. Just listen to it on the podcast format. And also, ladies and gentlemen, and all fans of the Grit and Grind, if you do not see your school's helmet or your school's jersey or shirt on the show, reach out to Grit and Grind Podcast NC so that we can link up with your coach, your administrative staff, your athletic director, or a fan or alumni of the school, so that we can pick your helmet or shirt up to have on the Grit and Grind. Because as we said, Daryl, we had 60, we had 59.
Yeah.
Grit and Grind, we coast to coast, live from post to post. Before we sign off, Daryl, there's only one thing I got to say before we get ready to head to the primetime game of the week. Do you have the grit?
And do you have the grind?
And we'll see you next week on the Grit and Grind Podcast, live on Studio 67 NCC.